Hello, my name is Cassandra Trom, and this is my PowerPoint on designing a direct instruction math lesson. This has the accommodations for visual, tactile, and auditory learners and IEP students. On my second slide, I have Introduction to Direct Instruction, definition, bullet pointed out being the introduction or a review, along with some guided practice, closure, independent practice, and immediate evaluation. Attached is my lesson plan. The objective of this lesson, so the focus was accommodating visual, tactile, and auditory learners and IEP students. My goals were students will understand, recognize, and demonstrate the concepts of number 3 through multisensory approaches. They meet the materials because it will allow each group to learn the best way that they can to retain all of their information. And for accommodations, we can have extended time for the activity, simplified step-by-step instructions, one-on-one support is needed, and modified materials. So here is my introduction. Oh, it's still the introduction to the direct material instructions. This is the materials needed for each. For visuals, we're going to need large number 3 cards or number line with clear visuals, picture cards showing groups of 3, or visual step-by-step number writing guides. For tactile, counting bears, Play-Doh for number formations, textured number cards, or a sand tray for number writing. For auditory, I have the Three Little Monkeys song, counting rhymes, clear verbal instructions, and discussion opportunities. Understanding diverse learning needs. So for visual, they learn the best by seeing. So they tend to like reading, are good spellers, notices details easily, and distracted by noise. And they use visuals. They like to use visuals to teach, give verbal instruction with keywords, models, and color cues. Tactile, learn the best by feeling or experiencing. So learning takes place by a physical activity. You can use modeling clay, number lines, models, wood numbers, blocks, and cubes. And auditory learns best by hearing. They learn best through listening and hearing and speaking as main ways of learning. They like to answer questions orally, use repetition, recited information out loud. So for my visual learners, I will have all 4 available. I will want them to pick one, which would either be the large number 3 card, a number line with the clear visuals, picture card showing groups of 3, or visual step-by-step number writing guides. This will allow the kid to pick the one they think will be best for them and or change it throughout if that's okay, just so it's best for their learning. For my tactile learners, I would like counting bears, Play-Doh for number formation, textured number cards, or a sand tray for them to write the number in with their fingers. Once again, I won't have all 4. I do want them to pick one. If it seems to not be working, they're more than welcome to switch out. And then we have our auditory learners. I'll meet the needs by once again having all 4, the Three Little Monkeys song, counting rhymes, clear verbal instructions, and discussion opportunities. For my accommodations for my IEP students, we will offer extended time for activities, simplified step-by-step instructions, one-on-one support as needed, and modified materials such as larger print or higher contrast. For my lesson plan example, in my lesson plan, I have a my standards and benchmarks, my objective, my grouping strategy is when, so it's whole group and then whole group practice and then individual practice. I have it starting out as whole group, and we will do an I do, and this is where I will demonstrate. This will be visual modeling of number 3 formation, making sure I have clear verbal counting to 3, physical demonstration with counting bears, and multisensory number writing practice. For the we do, we're going to do the Three Little Monkeys song with movements, guided practice, making sure groups of 3, interactive counting activities, and collaborative number recognition games. For the you do, which is the independent practice, we're going to have hands-on work with manipulatives, number formation practice, and show understanding through multiple modalities. For the assessment and feedback, the assessment can have multiple assessment approaches. For visual, I can have them point to number 3 on a line. Tactile, we can create groups with 3 of the bears. Auditory, they can count to 3 aloud. We can have a modified assessment for IEP students as needed. And feedback is immediate verbal feedback. I will have visual cues and gestures, physical guidance when needed, and positive reinforcement. For my conclusion, success indicators would be the student's engagement across learning styles, demonstrated understanding through multiple modalities, meeting accommodations for diverse learners. And then modifications and accommodations should just be adjusted based on the individual student's needs and IEP requirements. And as a recap, we had a multisensory approach to teaching the number 3, accommodations for diverse learners, clear assessment strategies, and flexible instruction methods.